it's static here at 310, 309. Ooh! Hello, it's me Philip, and in this video I am unboxing. I'll bring up the Amazon page. This is it here. It's an LED light and TV backlight tester, HWL 300, and it's obviously for, if you haven't guessed it, testing TV backlights. Now this was brought to my attention in a previous video where I was attempting to fix an LED floodlight, and it was Gary who recommended I picked up one of these, which might help my diagnostics. I was having some trouble lighting up the LEDs, which actually required 15 volts from the power supply, and he said I should get one of these to make things a bit easier. I'd never heard of them in the past. I'm a bit confused about this note. It says, when you are unsure of the positive and negative electrodes, use 19 voltage to detect the positive and negative electrodes. Do not use 300 volts. So that's got me a bit confused, because there's positive and negative, obviously red and black. So I'm hoping something in the manual tells us what to do about that. So it was £21.65, but you could apply an 8% voucher, so that brought it down to £19.92. Right. Super LED tester. Super LED tester, automatically adaptive to voltage and current. Light beads, 85 volts. It's AC input 85 to 265. DC output 0 to 300 volts DC. This should take away some of the guesswork. What, is that the manual? I'll have a quick read through that later. I like this one because it's got the little on-off switch, but it's very plasticky. Look at that plug. That does not. That doesn't look like good. That's not a good advert, is it? There's obviously no fuse in there. Then can it be? A normal plug is this size. Blimey. I'm tempted to remove this, perhaps open this up and put a new plug on there, a proper one with a fuse in it. That's crazy. In fact, I'm going to plug it in to my load lamp and run it through there. I'm not sure if that'll be UK, was it regulation? I mean, it covers the It covers the prongs up. Take the end caps off. Yeah, so it's a bit cheap and cheerful, but let's give it a shot. Got some LEDs here. Now I've got 12 volt, I think these are 12 volt. I bought them from a car place, I think. Right, switch on. Switch on here. Oh, hasn't come on. I'm not on. There we go. 165, 309. It's going to stop there, is it? It's flashing on camera, but it's static here at 310, 309. Ooh! I've just shot myself. I've just picked up the bloody probe by the end. Right. So you kind of go like that. Oh, God. 32 volts. That seems quite a... 31.8. Quite bright. It's only supposed to be a 12 volt. Let's try. My finger's still a bit numb. Can we try this little one? This is off a power LED, off a computer. That's not lighting up. I'm not making contact there. No, I'm not making contact with that one. I'll try some of these. I've got plus, green, blue and red. So what we learned so far, don't pick them up by the electrodes. Yeah, blue. That's all the blues lit up. 2.2. 1.3 on the red. So I've obviously, the reds are like, these are LEDs aren't lighting up. I must have blew them previously. And green, 1.9. So it does work. Strange how this one came up. .32 volts to light that up. I'm going to see if that lights up with 12 volts from my power supply. Right, 12 volts on the power supply. Yeah. So it's 12 volts, but the tester says it'll take 30. Right, now I bought this because I was having trouble testing these LEDs on this board. Now this is a LED floodlight I've been having a lot of trouble with because I couldn't get the LEDs to light up with my multimeter. So I put my power supply on for 12 volts and I still couldn't get them to light up. And eventually I did get them to, some of them to power up, and I tested them for voltage on them and they were 15 volts. So I'm just wondering what this is going to make of these LEDs. So we'll switch it back on. We'll see if we can get these to light up. Now I believe positive comes in from this side on the top row. Whoa, that's bright. 16.9 volts. That one's faulty, I've blew that one up. 14 volts. They are much brighter. I turn that back off. I put my power supply back on. Set my power supply to 15 volts. Swap my leads over. Right, so 15 volts from the power supply. That's quite dim. It's not taking any current. So that's much different to 15 volts from here. That is really bright. Whoa, and I get 2. So this gadget will light 2 up in a row because they're in series. And it's really bright, and it goes up to 34 volts. But the power supply at 15 is really dim. I'm going to turn my power supply up to 16. Oh, that's much brighter. Even 1 volt brings it much brighter. So presumably I need about 34 volts to light them both up together. My power supply goes up to 30. So I'm on 30 volts on my power supply now. They do both light up, but they're quite dull. But obviously if you put 30 volts through one of them, it's going to blow it. So this takes out all the guesswork. Right, so if I zoom down, you can see the ones that I've blown. So can I work out which, it should help us work out which LEDs go to which MOSFET. Whoa, that's too bright. Yeah. So all of those go to there. This one's not lighting up. Right. So now I can work out which MOSFET. I've got 3 off here. These 2 don't seem to be coming on. They'll come on individually. But them 2 don't seem to be connected up. To here, to these 2. My eyes have gone all funny. This is no good. So I might be able to work out which, they all come in from this varistor here and come to this first one. But the first one is blown, so I'm not getting any turn on at the moment. So I'd have to bypass that first one. Strange, because that one, from there to there, is lighting up these, and these also light up with this one. So it's not straightforward as what you would think. It's not straightforward as what I would think. That one doesn't seem to be connected to anything. So I can have a play with that later. But this takes out a lot of guesswork. So I can see that they're 15 volts. 2 of them is 32. 3 should be 45, 47. They're taking 50 volts. 166 volts, 117 volts, 215 volts. That's a lot of them lit up there. So I think the problem with this is some of these LEDs aren't passing the current or the voltage through to the next one. Obviously the broken ones are broken, but I wonder if some of them have just popped off the board and they just need to be resoldered down, especially these ones down here, because they work on their own. I might get a little hot plate, see if I can heat them up from the bottom and get them soldered back down. Put a little resistor over these faulty ones, but they might just be a loose connection. I wonder if the board's flexed and broke a connection. So that'll light up there, that'll light up there, that'll light up there, but when I try to connect all three, they don't light up. Same again there. So those three on the bottom, so it's 1, 2, 3 aren't lighting up, but they will light up individually, but not in series with all the others. So that's something I've got to look for and see if we can find out how to get round it and get this board working again, just for the sake of doing it and learning something about this board. I've learned about the MOSFETs, so the MOSFETs must still be, are the MOSFETs working? I'll have to replace this one. I'll put a resistor over this one and try it again. But that's it. Brilliant, I'm quite pleased with that, especially for £20. It's going to take out some guesswork. Not happy with the plug. I prefer a fuse on there. That is just ridiculous. I don't know why it isn't fused. I'll see if I can open this up. Right, now this has been plugged in, so it might have some voltage in it. So there's my warning sign. Don't copy this at home. This is not an instructional video. It is for entertainment purposes only. If there's a fuse in here, I might leave it. There is a fuse, a 1 amp fuse, but that cable would be quite easy to replace, or just cut this off here, put a fuse on. I don't know. What would you do? Would you go to the trouble of desoldering this, or would you just cut this and put a aftermarket fuse on? But that's the inside. I'll zoom down. Not sure why they've left so much insulated wire, so much insulated cable on the inside. Just seems like it's going to get in the way. I think I'll just put a bigger plug on the end. So I'm quite happy with that. Like I say, apart from the small plug, it works a treat. So that's it, the HWL 300 from Amazon for £20. But that's it. So that's all for this video. Thank you to Gary who recommended I pick one of these up. And if anybody has any other little gadgets like this that they could recommend, I'd be grateful to reading about them in the comment section below. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.